And blessings. Keep up the lessons. You know what this is. Crypto B-Boy coming at you. Yeah. And man, it's a lot going on. I just popped out of a live with my man Epic One. Shout outs to him and many of the people that were in that live. It was something else. Had a good amount of like good points on what's been going on and taking place for Ripple. Yeah, and just wanted to drop some of my perspective and how it's perceived, or some people have a misconception of what they think that's going on with OCC grants Ripple conditional approval for banking license. Okay, and the thing about it is that we have to take into consideration and know, as has been mentioned even by Crypto Chick, shout outs to her, and people who are trying to bring some clarification to understand that it's not for retail. It's not a bank of retail usage and people, regular customers, retail customers that have come, open up an account like Bank of America, what is it, Wells Fargo, um, all these different types of regular banks for regular customers. It's for financial institutions. It's for, like, for instance, other banks even, because Ripple is a digital asset company. It's a company that deals with digital services, okay, for fintech reasons, financial institutionalized, okay, financial institutional. That's what it was originally. The actual coin was built for financial institutions like payment companies and the likes of banks and so forth. So we're seeing a realization of it, what's going on now more than anything, you know, that is major. Like, just to go over a few things that I saw, and I was doing my research and I found popped up in CoinGap.com, which is in a major Ripple's news. The crypto firm has received a conditional approval from the U.S. Office of the Comptroller of the Currency (OCC) to operate as a national U.S. bank. The company CEO, Brad Garlinghouse, highlighted how massive it is for their RLUSD stablecoin, which will gain greater regulatory oversight. So that's the main goal, is to gain the oversight, the regulatory oversight that they've been trying to do, so that they can utilize the RLUSD on the level dealing with financial institutions, dealing with those types of people who are going to come in with big money, large amounts of liquidity, to go on the XRPL within settling in RLUSD, right? As a stable coin, because they don't want to use just XRP only, because XRP, we know, it's volatility. So they're going to settle their amounts of money, their liquidity, into a stable coin. And of course, who and better from Ripple, RLUSD, right? And RLUSD now has approval by the OCC to be able to be used by these institutions. Okay, and to go on, it says this Ripple news comes just over 5 months after the crypto firm first applied for the national banking license for its Ripple National Trust Bank. Okay, and this trust bank is what they're doing. It's just like a digital bank in essence. The OCC stated that it applied the same review and standards, and it applies to all charter applications in granting this conditional approval. The regulator added that it would carefully review the application based on its individual merits, consistent with applicable statutory and regulatory factors. So these factors have to be in place before they can actually make it where it's going to be finalized, a final actual approval where it's not conditional, which they have to meet those conditions, and that's what these factors, these regulatory factors, are. It is worth mentioning that the OCC also conditionally approved USD issuer circles. Of course, there was like 5 other companies that they were given this conditional approval, and First National Digital Currency Bank, and Fidelity, BitGo, Paxos. Okay, and this is great. This is great news. Like, look at what Brad Garlinghouse says. Huge news. Ripple just received conditional approval from the U.S. OCC to charter Ripple National Trust Bank. So he was happy, and he was ecstatic himself, and he's the CEO of the company. This is a massive step forward, first for RLUSD, setting the highest standard. Okay, and this is what they wanted for stablecoin compliance with both federal OCC. So this compliance right there. That's what the main goal is to open up the doors and allow them to go in and do what they wanted to do. Both federal OCC and state NYDFS oversight. So they officiated that in New York already, the oversight part. Then they came to the OCC and got their approval. So now the stage is wide open for them to perform. Okay? And this is it. So I just wanted to hit you guys with that. But again, know that it's not something that we're going to see any major big price movement as well. Don't get it twisted, people. Again, always, and we must understand that utility is like a foundation for a house. It's and when you build the house, you have to have the strong foundation, and it doesn't look that pretty, and it takes time. Okay, and the plumbing and the electrical wiring and all these types of things, and then they start putting up the finishes and putting the walls up, and even whether it's external walls or interior walls, interior walls or exterior walls go in, and then you start seeing the beauty, and then people are like, wow, now we're really working with something. Now we got something going. And the same with the price. The price is not the foundation. The price or value of the coin is not the foundation. The foundation is the utility. The foundation is what is going to do, the use case, what it's going to do, what problem it's going to solve, which is what use case stands for, okay, for these digital assets. And why some of these digital assets, like even XDC, XLM, Algorand, Quant, all these different, and they say ISO compliant, but they're basically ISO compatible. Okay, I'd rather say that. That's why I rather say, because people get too caught up in the compliances as though that the companies of that run the ISO or over the ISO messaging systems, all right, they give compliance to these companies, these digital fintech companies that put out these tokens, right, and these digital currencies, digital assets. No, it's more that they're compatible, that they have the proper, integrated technology that allows them to be able to function in line with these messaging systems, ISO 222, as such. Okay, so that's basically it. But just wanted to sum those things up to you, give you a little more understanding of what it is, what's going on. We have to wait. We have to wait for their approval to be finalized by the OCC, that we can see that everything is fully locked in for Ripple there, and the other companies that were mentioned as well. So until then, just hang in there, people. Keep up doing what you do. This is not financial advice. It's just educational purposes that I put this out for you to be aware and know what's going on, as well as the others who will put out stuff. And again, shout outs to Crypto Chick for bringing her clarification, and the Epic having the room, the live that he had. A lot of people came in there and did their thing and putting their perspectives out there for the people to know a little better on what's going on. Okay, so until next time, this is Crypto. I'm out. Peace and blessings, and keep up the lessons.